great journey begins with that first step off the plane. In Beijing, yours begins in a city that has been the center of the world more than once. 800 years as the imperial capital of China. 21 million people. 3,000 years of recorded history. Your Joy and Crew representative is waiting to escort you to the Grand Skylight Royal Hotel, your home for the next 3 nights. Tonight, settle in over a warm Indian meal. Rest well, because tomorrow, Beijing is ready for you. Day 2 opens at the Temple of Heaven, where for nearly 500 years, Chinese emperors came here to pray for good harvests. Stand beneath its perfectly circular dome, and you understand, without being told, why this place feels sacred. From here, Tiananmen Square, one of the largest public squares on earth. And then, through the Meridian Gate, the Forbidden City, 980 buildings, 9,000 rooms, the weight of an empire in every carved stone and gilded roof. For 5 centuries, no ordinary person could enter. Today, you walk through it. As night falls, the Chinese acrobatic show does not perform. It astonishes. Balance, strength, and grace refined over centuries. You will not look away. Nothing you have seen before will have prepared you for this. The Great Wall of China does not look like a photograph. It is bigger, older, and more profound than any image can hold. At Badaling, one of the best preserved stretches, our funicular carries you to the wall. From there, the world falls away below you. 21,000 kilometers, built across centuries, still standing. Walk it and feel exactly how small and how fortunate you are. The afternoon brings a summer palace, China's largest imperial garden. The long corridor alone stretches 728 meters, its beams painted with 14,000 scenes from Chinese mythology. And as the day draws to a close, a stop at the Bird's Nest and Water Cube, where the 2008 Beijing Olympics came to life, reminds you this city honors both its ancient past and its extraordinary present. China moves fast, literally. Your morning begins aboard one of the world's great engineering achievements, the Chinese high-speed rail network. At over 300 kilometers an hour, the bullet train carries you from Beijing to Xi'an. And out of the window, for 4.5 hours, you watch China reveal itself. Xi'an is where China's story truly begins. For 1100 years, this was the eastern starting point of the Silk Road, the crossroads where China met the world. As evening falls, Ming and Qing Street hums with ancient energy. Lanterns, street food, silk, and the sound of a city that has been alive for 3 millennia. The Drum Tower and Bell Tower stand as they have for 600 years, utterly magnificent. In 1974, a farmer digging a well outside Xi'an broke through the earth and into history. What he found was Emperor Qin Shi Huang's underground army, over 8,000 warriors, 130 chariots, 670 horses, every single figure unique, sculpted by hand, 2,200 years ago. In the evening, the Tang Dynasty show does not recreate China's golden era. It revives it. An era of poetry, music, trade, and sophistication. Every step, every note, every color, earned. Chongqing is unlike any city you have ever seen. Built across mountains, divided by 2 great rivers, home to over 32 million people, it is a city that defies logic and rewards every sense. The 5-hour bullet train journey here is its own experience, as the flatlands of Xi'an give way to Sichuan's dramatic gorges and river valleys. you begin to understand just how vast and how varied this country truly is. By evening, Hongya Cave earns its place in every traveler's memory. 11 floors of illuminated life cascading down a cliff face above the river. Restaurants, culture, color, and Chongqing glittering in every reflection below. This is an evening that will not leave you easily. Chongqing rewards curiosity. At Liziba Station, a train passes through the 9th floor of a residential skyscraper. Because in the city, there was simply no other way to build. At Chikiku ancient town, cobblestone lanes have been walked for over 1,000 years. Tea houses, old temples, and the smell of Sichuan pepper in the air. And at the zoo, a giant panda, doing absolutely nothing, in the most charming way imaginable. As the evening arrives, the Yangtze River carries you gently through the heart of it all. 32 million people live here. And tonight, from the water, the city lights up the dark like a second sky. There are landscapes on this earth that look like the imagination of a dream. Zhangjiajie is one of them. From Chongqing, the train carries you into Hunan province and into a world that does not look entirely real. Tianmen Mountain awaits, accessible only by the world's longest cable car, 7.5 kilometers through the air. At the summit, Heaven's Gate, a natural rock arch, 131 meters high, sky framed by stone. You walk the cliffside glass walkway, 1,400 meters between you and the valley floor. Nothing but glass beneath your feet. Some views change the way you see everything else. This is one of them. Day 9 is where Zhangjiajie reveals everything. The Zhangjiajie Grand Canyon Glass Bridge, 536 meters long, 280 meters above the canyon floor. The world's longest and highest glass bottom bridge. You will need a moment before you take your first step. Then, the Belong Elevator, the world's tallest outdoor elevator, lifts you 330 meters in under 2 minutes and delivers you into Zhangjiajie National Forest Park. And then you see them, the Avatar pillars, thousands of sandstone columns rising from the forest floor, draped in hanging gardens, wrapped in mist. This is the landscape that James Cameron turned into the floating mountains of Pandora. Standing here, you will believe every frame of it. Before Zhangjiajie lets you go, it offers one final gift. Baofeng Lake, a hidden jewel enclosed by forest and mountain, asks nothing of you but stillness. Glide across it by wooden boat. Let the reflections hold you for a while. It is exactly the kind of quiet you will remember on a busy Tuesday back home. And then, by flight, the journey pivots. The forests recede. The mountains disappear. And below you, as the plane descends, the lights of Shanghai arrive. Electric, vast and magnificent. A different China entirely. And one that will take your breath away in a completely different way. Shanghai has always known how to hold two worlds at once. At Yuan Garden, built in 1559, pavilions and ponds create an entire universe within a single walled space. Stand in the middle of it, and the glass towers of modern Shanghai rise just beyond the garden walls. 460 years in a single glance. At the Silk Factory, 5,000 years of Chinese craftsmanship unfolds before you. Every thread was once a cocoon, every fabric, a secret. From the observation deck of the Oriental Pearl TV Tower, Shanghai lays itself out below, the most dramatic skyline in Asia. And then, the Bund, 1 kilometer of colonial grandeur, along the Huangpu waterfront. 52 buildings representing every empire that once traded here. At night, with Pudong blazing across the water, the Bund is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Stand here long enough, and you will never want to leave. On day 12, Shanghai reveals its older, quieter self. Just 50 kilometers away, Zhujiajiao has been called the Venice of the East. And standing on one of its ancient stone bridges, watching the canal move slowly below, you will not argue with that description. 1,700 years old, stone bridges, slow canals, wooden houses that have watched century after century pass without particular hurry. The afternoon returns you to the electric energy of the city. AP Market, Shanghai's great bazaar, offers everything from cashmere to curiosities to something custom made in an afternoon. And tonight's dinner is the last full evening in China. Make it last. They say China changes you. They are not wrong. You arrived as a visitor. You walked the wall, stood before the warriors, crossed a bridge of glass above the clouds. You ate in ancient towns, sailed on the Yangtze, and watched the most beautiful skyline in the world set itself alight after dark. You saw the landscape that inspired Avatar. You heard the silence of the terracotta army. You felt the weight of 5,000 years and the electricity of the future. You leave with 13 days of memories and a China-shaped piece of yourself that will never quite fit back into the life you had before. From all of us at Join Crew, thank you for letting us take you there. Join Crew. Travel is in the details.